What's going on, guys? My name is daCosta, and I am the host of In Dialogue. Thank you for joining us for our second episode. We have two incredible guests, staples of the Melbourne and wider Australian music scene, the incredible Ijale and Voldy. Thank you so much for coming today, guys. Just to start off, it's been at the time of shooting, it's been a pretty eventful week in Australian music. How are you guys feeling?
Tired. But good, in good spirits. Good spirits. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I guess I share similar spirits, but good, really good, really good. Yeah, that's all I can really say for now.
Yeah, no, solid. Just before we started rolling, we were having a really great conversation about like what it looks like for Australian music to, I guess, really stay solid in its own identity. And the point that I was about to make was that I just love the idea of when there's separation, there's kind of like a regional sound and culture that can develop. And we're talking about kind of some Sydney examples, some Perth examples, people like Sollywood from Sydney or Marley Jose from Perth, and the list can go on. But I guess to kind of start off, like, I feel like you guys kind of really encapsulate that sound, both individually and as an unofficial duo. I mean, it's
So he's putting it out to the universe. Oh Lord.
For real.
Well, actually, before I even get to the question I was gonna ask, do you guys is there like a duo name or anything? Is that something that is that ever gonna happen?
We've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
At least I've been thinking about that for ages. Like, I know that when the name comes, it's out of here.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just, it hasn't.
Yeah, it just hasn't come out. I think it's just gonna be a thing of like someone's just gonna say something, and we're gonna look at each other.
And then we're out of here.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like now internally praying that in some point in this conversation, a word is said, and it's like, and I can be like, it happened here, in dialogue.
Yeah. But I'm constantly thinking about it. I think when we make music, we just make too good of music to not let it be on your mind. So.
And we're already moving like that already. We have been for her.
It's been, now correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of what's been released to the world, it's been 5 collaborations so far, if I'm correct?
I don't adequately remember.
I don't either.
Yeah, because there are songs that are probably mine that you probably don't know that Voldy's BVs are on, and vice versa.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but damn.
You know what? To be fair, I don't think I've made a song not involving his 2 cents in 3-4 years.
For it?
Oh, probably 3 years.
Damn.
Yeah. So he's always there. Get away from me, bro.
If I'm not there, you're in the studio by yourself anyway. So my aura is there. But I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell you.
Yeah. How did you guys initially connect, and what's kind of changed and evolved from that point to most recently Stay on Top, and then whatever's about to come out next?
I'll let you take that one.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact, I remember just random Wednesday night, nah, joking, probably random Wednesday morning, God knows, but I was listening to OTTN, his album, and there's a song on there called Migorang. Now that song, I don't know what's in that song, man. I don't know what's in that song, but I heard that song, I just went on Instagram, I added him, and I was like, man, this song is crazy. Now I have this thing where if I like something, I just I have to say it. I'm just most people think I'm very quiet or intimidating, but it's just no. If I love something, I'm just gonna express it.
Yeah, truly.
I didn't think it was gonna open a message. I didn't really care, I was just more man, this is amazing, and this inspired me to write and just think, this is out of Melbourne? What? And yeah, I hit you up in I slid in the
gram. Yeah.
I was just like, man, I really want to link and talk, and we ended up meeting at Voldy Foods, shout out Voldy Foods.
Yeah.
And we went there and we just chopped it, no music, we just spoke. And realized there was a lot of similar stuff, but also a lot of different things that made us think differently. And next session we were in the studio, and I think we made
at least three good joints.
Three, 4 songs.
Oh, not in that first studio
In
link.
that, yeah, the first studio session that we had. And after that night, I remember just texting him and being like, oh, it's about to go down. Yeah,
I literally scurried back home. I told my partner, I was like, I found it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And I think what we both realized at that time is that we made each other better. We made each other sharper. That iron sharpen iron like mentality was really profound there. Like we were always trying to better each other by being better than each other. Like but the different dynamics we brought was very diverse, and it just matched and just was very cohesive every time we made music. And it's gotten to a point now where like it's the music we make when we both on the song and the music we make when he's producing the song, totally different stuff. So it's like
that's true.
I got to have a newfound respect for him as not just as an MC, but as a producer, as an engineer. And I just think one of the most talented people out the city. It's wild. So that's pretty much how it all went down.
That's I could say like definitely the same. I think of that moment when we chopped it up that first time, we didn't make a thing. I think like in all honesty, like after that, it made me realize that I had maybe taken the battery out of my back in a way. And I think maybe it was because like it was after OTTN and it was after COVID, I think. So like there was just
you're supposed to tour, yeah?
Yeah, I was supposed to tour. That couldn't happen. So everything slowed down and stuff. So I didn't really have the mojo that I thought that I would after OTTN. And then we linked up and it just felt like everything was like alive again. And I think it made me realize that I should probably reach out to more people. I should probably like build more around me because like, like I do most of this shit by myself. And then since then it's changed completely. Like I feel like my emphasis on community was gratified by the fact that this person came up to me and made everything seem bigger. Everything started to expand kind of thing. So I wanted it to happen more and more and more and more, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I can relate to that feeling a lot. Like I think it's necessary, I think, for when you have a gift or a talent or a craft for it to belong to yourself and kind of incubate with you. But and for some, maybe it's supposed to stay that way, but I think in a lot of cases it's meant to sprout beyond yourself. Because that's kind of when, I guess, not to get overly spiritual, but that the kind of purpose of that gift is something that brings people together, and whatever that gift is, in this case particularly music, really comes out.
100%.
I want to ask, kind of on that topic of community, like how do you guys feel about the state of the music community, collaborative community in 2026, particularly as Black Australian artists?
I think it changes when you zoom out and further out still in Australia. Like I think Melbourne has its own set of circumstances with all of these boroughs that the Afro diaspora like pocketed in. And I understand that geography is a barrier for that, but I also think we're showing more love to each other parasocially than ever before. I think people are a little bit less afraid of just like showing people love like Voldy would. Like, I think to say that to speak more on you saying like people think you're like a very like a closed off like kind of personality. I've never seen anybody more encouraging than this person. I feel like, and that taught me a lot. And I think
it's just because he wears shades inside. That's
that's actually fact.
I'm just taking it from being like aloof. It's just the light is bright, you know.
Yeah, but to segue from him, like we now show each other love a lot more. I think we're getting to that point as Black diaspora in Australia, just like. We need togetherness to win. Like if one of us break through, I feel like there's a lot more proudness behind it. And I think we can always relate everything to sports now, and like black players in the AFL, like, you know, the Isaac Quanos and the Gauts, like, you know, it's like we're so happy that, you know, that we were being showcased on that level because we have that level talent, like we always did. You know, it's just now people have been inspired by other people to then push the barriers even further.
Yes,
so
totally.
I think now, like when I heard OG West's song,
Showed him?
Oh my God.
man, that is out of here, man.
Who's that?
Like, you know, like there's certain stuff that come out of Melbourne, and I'm just like, huh, you know.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
then like I'm not. Well, I don't think that's just only me, but I think a lot of black artists are not hesitant now to just be like, no, that's hot. No, that's hot, you know. And even that between Melbourne and Sydney, I always felt like there was just that kind of discourse and disconnect, like between who's a better city, who has a better artist. But now, like if anything, Sollywood would drop something, Marley would drop something, and we're sharing it, and it's all like just this hub of just like.
Yeah, I don't really
showing
hear
each
that
other
chat
love.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot less. It's definitely a lot less. But I do think we could do more, like anything. But it's definitely a lot less than it was 2-3 years ago. I don't know. Maybe COVID made us shy.
It definitely did. It definitely did. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
Further, but I mean, what in an ideal world, what does like a community that champions each other kind of look like? I know it's kind of a bit of an ethereal question, but with what you're saying, like, you're right, there is more sharing happening. And I remember the music is undeniable to us. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to be doing that when they're not getting enough love, we're not getting enough love, the other cities aren't
Exactly.
getting enough love.
It's tangibly, it's us going to each other's shows. It's showing love when we have pop-ups. It's showing love. Like the same way we show love with brands, like that's the same love we're supposed to show with artists.
Yes, totally.
You know, especially obviously if you genuinely like the artist. Like, you know, I think going to their show and buying the ticket or pre-saving their song, like those tangible actions are things that's just gonna propel us like a lot more. And it's just that extra 10, because like we don't understand how much influence we have as micro artists in this community. Like some people just genuinely just mess with specific artists' personality, character, and just love their music. And it's like them sharing it on a social space or buying a ticket and saying, I'm going there, or showing a story of them being there. You have no idea how the perception is to their fans, where it's like,
100%.
who's that and why is that person that I like take interest in that person? Oh, they're from Melbourne? Oh, what do you mean? I'm gonna go to the next show, you know, because that's just how it is, you know?
That's how we start to connect artists with audience. Like they just like everybody loves a good like come up story, but everybody like wants something to be a part of. And if something's popping over there, we're gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
I think the more regularity of like places, faces, and the vibes of togetherness that we all like kind of broadcast on these little stories on in our videos and stuff like that. Like I think that will continue to foster a community that people want to be a part of. Like, you know,
Sydney do it well.
Very
Sydney
well.
have always done it well.
They do.
But I think Melbourne is catching up and we're establishing that, you know. So yeah.
Well, I mean, this in the lead up to this, we got to have a brief conversation earlier today over the phone just about how, you know, at the time of shooting, Odile just had his show and the whole black community showed up. It was a great time. I remember last year, Burna Boy had his show, everybody showed up and everything. And he was saying that like it was a beautiful space, it was amazing, but there was that kind of thing of like, how can we take it further? And I guess, what do you guys think gets in the way of that kind of community? It's built, you know, with the acknowledgement that it is building and it is happening in real time, and there is just a thing of just like, let's just ride the wave. Do you think there's anything that's kind of preventing us from unifying more, especially as artists who now have, you know, a deep catalog now, who've been in it for multiple years and have started to, you know, kind of created followings of your own and stuff like that? Like, what gets in the way of you being able to put on more shows, or more people being aware? Like, what are some of those barriers, do you think?
You know, I don't really I can't place it, but I understand that geography is a thing. I understand that like the further away that we are is probably a thing. But you know, the internet exists. Like, you know, when I went on the Bittersweet podcast, we were talking about it, Quintana and I was like, she was like, you know, I've heard of your stuff, but like I haven't really tapped in. I was like, you should tap in then. You know what I mean? Just like, and she was like, yeah, I probably should. I think she has at this point. You know, I think it's like it's a consistent word of mouth thing, and I think that's like kind of what the Black community like take as gospel. Like it's like if this person says this is what's up, like I will be like I think
what's up.
Yeah. I think we need that face-to-face validation. And maybe it's up to like us to think a little bit as artists to be like, okay, you know, if there's a group of our diaspora over there, let me do a show in Dandenong. Or let me not just do a show in my borough because I know the cap of the room and I know that my homie's going to be able to get there. And
So that's more of a call on the artists themselves to actually kind
you know,
of
just it's like a small little tour thing, like really try and reach them where they're at, and then like, you know, market research. It's always R&D. Like, did that go well? You know, yeah.
That's a great one.
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think about
actually
the disconnects.
I really like that idea. Actually, I can't think of a time where I've seen an artist do like a city tour.
Right.
Like, and I can only imagine how, just from a logistical level, that would be cheaper, unique, more exciting.
And very fun.
Everyone's trying to immediately tour the country, which, as you should, but the idea of like, I'm doing a city tour, north, west, southeast, because I can only imagine like how much, because when you show up, that's when people really, that's when you belong to
I might have to
people.
run that, to be honest with you.
How would you people?
No, honestly, I'm just like, I feel like,
I did not think about that prior. Though.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
because I'm just like, that's like, because it's like when, you know, there's a sense of, I resonate with what you guys are saying, and I think that there's so much to be said about, being able to kind of show up in front of people, you know, when people can feel your energy, when you connect with them directly, you know, even as a micro artist, to use your term, it's like, that's deep. And that's like, okay, well now I'm seeing that every time they come up on the story, I'm checking
Exactly,
that. So it has to happen on both sides.
Yes,
But do,
100%.
but do you think that it lies more with the artist and the kind of a collective move on artists to kind of take the lead in that sense? Or is it the listeners that do you feel kind of need to like be more educated to make the move? Because I hear that and I feel like it leans kind of more on the artists. And and, you know, like,
100%. I think we're just proactive. I think like we think of ideas because we're artists and we're always striving for that goal. But I do think like there's the onus is on the audience as well. Like you know what I do for my day to day. Like I think I'm in a privileged position where I really am tapped into what's going on here. And just outside the Odile concert, like I was talking to someone who I just met, told her like, you know, what I do for a living and stuff. And
could you just give context for those who don't know?
I work at Triple J Unearthed, which is like the independent music platform of Triple J. Like every artist is free to upload all of their stuff there, and it gets listened to from top to bottom, and the good stuff rises to the top. You know, and I was telling this person what I did, and she's like, so there's like a good community out here. Like she genuinely didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't blame someone for not knowing what they don't know. So I just.
But you see, that's where like that disconnect for me comes with like the audience, because I feel like Aussie culture is to like convenience. Like, like
100%.
That's just Aussie culture. Like, I do not see someone driving down from Narre Warren an hour in to watch a micro artist perform in the city. But they will do it for a deal, of course.
Yes.
Like, you know, because it's confirmed, it's validated, it's platinum, it's got a blue tick. Cool, it's ready for shipment, it's calm.
That's true.
So it's like, we can put on more shows, and yes, we can go on regional tours, we can go on Southeast tours and all that jazz, but it's like, both sides have to be willing to just like put the convenience part aside and actually go out of genuineness. And like, that's the thing, I think, are we doing enough to be seen? And are the people that are seeing us, do they want to go the extra mile to actually meet us where we at, right? Because like, the best place to hold a concert will be in Brunswick or Fitzroy, and they have the sound system, and they have this, that, and these are the facilities that we do it at. And unfortunately, it is a 50-minute an hour drive from the southeast. But you know, if you really like my music, like, man, please come through. You know, so or tap in, and I think. Do we do that enough on both sides? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, that's like a really valuable thing that I learned from our collaboration is just that having our names side by side and showing people like the friendship and like the chemistry of that whole thing. It made the rollout easier. It made the visuals hotter. It made the song obviously fire. It gave many people something to rally around. I think collaboration is the go-to technique.
I think that's one of the things I find exciting about when you guys link up to kind of, I guess, come back to the most recent release, which was Stay on Top, which came out in February. I'm along with JAAL, who's, you know, amazing.
Bad man, JAAL.
I think so, someone who's got like, people don't understand how deep his discography goes. Like I think when I first discovered like Melbourne hip hop back in like, I think 2017, 2018, he was one of the ones and he's been doing it and he's just gotten better and better and better as he's gone.
Yeah.
But what I like about seeing you guys collectivize is that not only, again, like you say, the music is good, the visuals are there, but I think it also starts to kind of craft this story about what we look like.
Talk about it.
And when I say we, that can be anything from Afro-Australian to specifically, you know, black men in Australia to the actual music, the sounds, what's being talked about, what's on our minds. And I guess I just want to ask, like, you know, post Stay on Top and with what's coming out in the future, I guess what's kind of on your minds artistically when you go into the studio together as opposed to when you go in individually? How do you guys influence each other's kind of minds and messages? What happens when you guys Dragon Ball fuse, you know?
Thank you for that. I'm gonna take this one because I think the way that we work now a lot of the times is that we'll come together on a beat or something in the studio, and I'll do a little bit of engineering for his vocals, and then that we'll kind of ideate about what the energy of the song needs, and then he knows that I like to record solo. And then
that studio. Hey, man, he does not
I don't need you out. I don't need you out. But if you want the best version of me, you have to leave. And you know that. But like, I think. How do you
guys collaborate? Well, I don't actually need you.
Shit. Do I actually collaborate at all? No. It changes. It changes. But like, I think a lot lately because we're just busier people now. I think that is usually the way it's gone. And then like, I don't know. I think we're very like. We have overactive brains, so I know that when a jigsaw puzzle comes in, the other person goes away and thinks about what the next thing is, and then when we come together, it's incredibly like deliberate and intentional and quick. I think that's a really cool energy to have, especially when again time is not available to us as it used to be. You know.
Yeah, I feel like now more than ever, most artists are just busy. Like, you know, it's hard to just catch notes in the studio.
Yeah, for real.
So it's so hard because everyone just has a life going on. But to relate it back to Stay on Top, I think we had a session where Marley came down from Perth. Georgia Roth?
Not personally, but no.
She was down from Perth as well, and a producer called Voldy was down from Perth. So anyways, we ended up linking at a studio, and we've been trying to link for a long
time, yeah.
Right? For us, a long time. And we got into the studio really early, and calling Molly. I'm like, Molly, where are you, bro? Are you coming? Oh, I'm grabbing the feed and I'm like, okay, cool, take your time. You end up pulling up at like 8 p.m. or
the
something.
Perth timing versus the Melbourne
timing. Yeah, it doesn't change.
You're not serious. And I had to leave like in an hour. So they pulled up, we're in the studio, we're making music. I'm just like, stuff it, I'm just gonna sleep late tonight. All good, ended up staying. We made a bunch of music, and then like I went home that day and I was thinking, he just dropped a project, I just dropped a project, I'll just drop the project. Man, we've been having Stay on Top for a while.
Yeah, it's been in the vault.
And out of the song and its context, I remember listening to it on the way home. was like, oh, this is now. Like, you know, this is now because this is how we all feel right now. This is how, because I feel like my project specifically, when I put it out, it was very much just a statement to myself and just being like, I really don't care about the status quo. I'm gonna disrupt it as much as I can because this is me. This is what I want to do.
And just to be clear for the audience, we're talking about the Sheep Noir that came out last year. Yes, the Sheep Noir
with that dropped last year, and which means the black sheep, you know, it's have to put that out there. But yeah, it's just being different, and it's okay to be different. It's okay to want to sing. It's okay to dabble in rap, because I don't feel like I'm a full-blown MC. I feel like I dabble in it enough to inform my melodic side and the things that I like to do. And Ijale's project was phenomenal, like just the sounds that he was pushing. JAAL's EP, was it? I guess, yeah, EP was really good because it just showed evolution. And he was also feeling like, man, I'm the best MC in Melbourne right now. Who can talk to me, you know? So when I just listened to it, I texted everyone, made a group chat. I said, we have to release this first thing next year for sure, because it just feels like it's time. And that's what we do. We just send each other music, you know? Like, that's how we add to each other's algorithm. Like, I'll make a song, I'll send it to JAAL, just like, hey, what do you think, you know? And he'll be like, yo, I made this track, what do you think? And JAAL's been producing now, so shout out JAAL for producing. You know, so yeah, I think that's how we grow. You know, we ask for feedback, but honest feedback. Because it's like, we know that it's not gonna be disturbed, it's not gonna be from a non-genuine place, it's gonna be something that's like honest and be like, oh, I think the kick should go hard here, I think the bass sounds a bit too rubby, or maybe the vocal, maybe that has to change, maybe it has to be more melodic there to catch the listener. So, you know, that's something we've been doing now of late a lot more.
Yeah. I think that's like testament to the foundation of our friendship that we've built beforehand, because like to say that I don't like this part of this thing in the toneless setting of a text, it can be misconstrued sometimes, but I don't think we've ever been like that. It's just been like, let me listen to it in that context of your note. Yeah, you're right, actually. Like, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Even if you're like a very honest and frank person, it's actually, I don't want to say rare, but it's not common where you're able to kind of get a flow with a friend where you can actually just say it straight.
It's not common.
Take it. Like, I've got, like, I'm a pretty open person, but I can be pretty flowery in my language, kind of add a lot of words, everything like that, blah, blah. And I think there are very few people I know who can just like, even when I know, I might still feel a little bit, well, you still said it in a way that was mean. You know? But I've got like a few friends, like core friends, where it's just like they can just cut it straight. It's like, it's so necessary. One thing I want to zoom in on a little bit, actually, you've alluded to this in past conversations we've had, Voldy, about your approach to your artistry, and kind of actually, I think the reason why I want to zoom into this is because I feel like this is something that's important for people to know. You said that just now, like, I'm an MC, but I'm not really like, I'm not like an MC. It's more like I'm kind of use it as an approach to kind of inform my melody. And even though you've always described yourself as someone who likes to sing and I want to do all this kind of stuff, I'm realizing a few things. One, the fact that people might misunderstand who Voldy is when they see you. We kind of jokingly referenced that some people might find you because you're tall, something, whatever, that kind of stuff. But and also just being a black man, especially one that's like in the gym 24/7 as well. It's like kind of people have this image of like.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Nah, literally. There was an era I think in like 2023 where it was just like, it was either just like in a studio or pull-ups. So I was like, where's the
Or muscle-ups, bro.
Or muscle-ups, sorry. Not even that, muscle-ups.
It was like, I can never lack.
Like, and it was just like, and then you made like you were saying like, you'd be like calling him to us. I'm like, yeah, I know, different levels. But, you know, the way, well, I shouldn't even say the way you present, the way the world understands how you present might expect you to be a certain way as an artist when you've always been those multitudes. And in past conversations we've had, you've talked about growing up in church and singing and how it's always been a part of it. And when I think of, when I think of like Congolese culture and Congolese expression, it's not, to be stereotypically Congolese is to be very rooted in who you are, but that might not fit a masculinity the same way a westernized one was. You know, we kind of joke about the waistline and everything like that, but there's actually something very profound about we actually are able to move our bodies in a way that you would label as effeminate, but it's actually for us, it's just us in our masculinity. And so I bring that up to say, like, how do you feel working collaboratively, and I'll say this question to you, is able to give you more room artistically to express in ways that might not be the same individually? Or are you able to express fully in both lanes? Like how does that kind of give room for that?
Yeah, I want to hear this too. Tell me how I complete you.
You know what? To be honest, I think that's a great question. Like I don't think that I'm a person that changes in different rooms. I feel like I'm going to be the same in terms of my approach with whether it's music, whether it's conversation. Like he knows that I can be pretty blunt in how I say stuff, but I tell people, even like for the first time I was working with Tasman Keith last week, and he was like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm gonna preempt you because I can come across very blunt, but this I'll probably do something different and da 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 da." And he understood it. Like, and I think artists that are open to and very receptive to that kind of thing, it's a lot easier to communicate. But I think for artists, we should be communicating in a way that it's very honest. Like, there shouldn't be anything more than just the honest opinion. But with that being said, like, when I work with Ijale, I feel that a lot of the beats that he makes that he just doesn't like, I gravitate to, right? Like, he will be like, "Oh, I made this, no, I love that, that's a hit." Like, I went to Apollo Bay and I'm Shining, the first song that's on the EP. He just played me this random thing and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know," and I was like, I was geeking. I was like, "Bro, what do you mean?"
The video for that was incredible, by the way.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
It was. I was like, "Man, this is the intro. This is it." And he was like, "What do you mean?" And we ended up finishing it that night. And I said, "I told you."
Yeah, it's true.
And that's like the same when I work with like Oxford, or when I work with OJC 40, Marley's producer. When he sends me stuff, it's not like the stuff that they like. Like, even the JAAL Does It All beat on Been a Minute. Like, that was, he sent me, I think, 15 beats prior. And I was like, oh, like, you know, not that it wasn't good, but it just wasn't something I was gravitating to. And then he was like, oh, and I was like, do you have any more? And he was like, oh, I made this, but I don't think you'd like it. Bro, what do you mean? I love it. And ended up sending a bounce straight back the day after, and he was just like, oh, didn't expect this. So I think that's what's very interesting when you say people don't expect me to be a certain way, and I end up just kind of just being the way that I just want to be. Like, you know, I don't change in that way. And if it's gonna be, people are always surprised when they hear the song back and they're like, "Oh, what? I didn't expect you to do it." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. I've heard that enough times for me to be like, yeah, that's just what I'm gonna keep doing."
Yeah.
Being in different rooms with other artists and hearing the validation of, man, like, your music is so different. It's so, like, it's refreshing. Like, it sits on an international scale, international level, and it's competing on that level. I feel very validated, and I'm like, okay, cool, I just have to keep spamming what I'm doing. And that is dabbling into being an MC. That is being very melodic, because I come and I grew up from the church. That is singing, sometimes really, really expressing myself in singing, or doing ad-libs on the track, and doing oohs and ahs here, and doing backings, and just being inspired by all these different artists, like Congolese artists, South African artists, American artists. Like, all that is just what informs me. So, so yeah, I think, I don't know if that answers your question though.
No, definitely. It's kind of almost like, it's not really what the collaboration allows you to do, but more just like the right collaboration giving room, or actually, you know, it's you're gonna be that, whether or not the person that you're working with is actually going to like accept that. I want to pass that question on to you. Because I mean, you recently did a song with Aria Woods.
Hello.
And which that was also a great song.
I appreciate that.
Sure. Happy release day.
And yeah, I guess I'll throw the same question to you. Like, how does collaboration extend, open up, or change how you are able to express and identify in your sound?
I think I think I'm maybe newer to collaborating than you. Yeah, I think I'm, as you can probably tell, I think I'm way more of an anxious person than Voldy.
What? That's cap, by the way. That's cap.
You don't give me anxious. You just give me like just.
But yeah, go on.
I think okay. Anyway, I second guess myself a lot, but then like when there's a spark that I clearly see, I can see it like it's already finished. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes I try and push through to see the spark or to find the spark when it's not immediately there, and that can pay off, but it often doesn't. I think I've learned to just be like, I actually kind of need to do this in a way that might not involve you. Sometimes, like, you know, I'll do a scratch and I'll show you my intention, and then I'll go and then I'll knock this out and I'll send you something that I promise you like. And I think Voldy in particular like knows that really well and is able to be like, you've gotten the essence of what we just did in the room. Keep that, double down on it. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And I think working parasocially really works in that because it gives me that kind of space. But I'm learning how to be faster, and I'm learning how to be more. I guess I need to learn to like lower the volume of the imposter syndrome, or maybe just like the complacency of not being able to deliver, because I think that weighs on me a bit. Yeah.
Where does that come from? Because you know, imposter syndrome comes up for a lot of creatives. Like it's not a new term. Even for me as like an interviewer, right? Like it's like this is something I want to do for ages, but it's taken ages to allow myself to accept the help of like an amazing crew, right? And
Shout out to the crew, by the way. Shout out to the crew.
Yeah, shout out to the crew.
Yeah.
They're behind the camera, but they're incredible. When the budget is up, they will be too.
Yeah, yes sir.
But I was saying, so like, you know, for you who, you know, you've been making great music for a while in a pretty respectable position, largely as a result of that music, getting good opportunities. How much is imposter syndrome just kind of like a part of the process versus how much of it is it something that like is perhaps still a battle, I guess, that has yet to be further won?
I think it's less of a battle these days for sure, and I'm thankful for that all the time. I think the harder things get in finding like the final version of a song gives more rise to the imposter syndrome. I think, you know, you read about all these sessions that like all these crazy producers are you know, melting potting in LA and stuff, and you think like I have to kind of model my workflow off this thing that is in you know, like the global, one of the global hubs of the music industry. Honestly, when I went overseas, I had mainly one conversation with this dude who was one of the producers on this record for this singer called Rachel Chinariri.
Love Rachel Chinariri.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and he was just basically saying, I was like, how do I get like you, basically? And he was like, you're already doing it. Like, just remain match fit and then wait for your time. Because it will come if you keep on putting the reps in. And I think that's helped. I think like, even if the imposter syndrome gets to me that night, for example, in the studio, I was in the studio that night. Yeah. That's what makes the difference between like an amateur and somebody who really wants this, I think.
As a listener and a fan, I feel like I've seen a big shift out of that imposter syndrome. Not that I knew you had that to the degree you said, but I feel like I saw that with the release of. Now, I always, is it minutia? Because I know the word is minutia, but I think I've heard you say minutiae.
I did not name this EP correctly, bro. The amount of times I get this fucking, it's
I think
minutia.
I know you've gotten the question. I'm even mad at myself for like not double checking to think, but I'm just like, I keep misremembering it as, which one is it? So
Minutia for sure.
Minutia. Okay, so
yeah.
So guys, you hear it here. This is honestly the most important place.
It was the Latin spelling of the word, so I added the AE at the end, and it confused everybody.
Now, you know what? People are just uncultured.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I
You didn't
thought.
name it incorrectly.
I'm
it's
a
just
man
part
of the world.
Yep.
Exactly.
I went to London once.
But yeah, with the creation of Minutia, like, I loved both the project and just how you rolled that out with the videos of you crafting and everything. I thought that was just fantastic. And you've been making really great stuff and really intentional music and visuals for a while, but this felt more intimate, but confidently intimate.
Thank you so much
In a
for
way
that,
that
bro.
kind of like, I felt like I was really getting invited into a world in a way that I don't think I felt to the same degree with this one. I guess since hearing that advice, since shedding that, and for you, Voldy, as well, since dropping the Sheep Noir and everything, and really kind of the way off camera you were talking about soul play versus the Sheep Noir, the difference in how you approach that. What's been going into the process of whatever's coming next? I'm going to assume, I could be wrong, that you guys are dropping a joint project. But you actually haven't said that's going to happen at all. But I'm just making an assumption. Yeah.
I mean, there's been something in the works for ages. Ages.
A lot of conversations had.
Yes.
Regarding.
Conversations are great, but that's what this is.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear about studio sessions. No question.
I think the problem when we get into the studio is like, we love starting more than we like finishing. I think like there's so many like, again, I'll just show him what I've worked on that week, and then I'll be like, oh, here's the thing I'm not showing. He'll be like, what the? And it'll just like, there's an electrical current that starts and we start this thing, and then we have this other shiny thing. And so now I feel like he's working on an EP, I'm working on an EP, and then there's this joint album that's like a little bit further than those two EPs in terms of the timeline. But like we've thought it out, and it feels like the music that we're both working on both feels more immediate than that, and it will align better in the story of the sound that is to come, I think.
Then let's talk about those EPs.
Yeah. You first.
Me for, oh my God. Look, it's
Wait, EPs, mixtapes, albums, what like?
Definitely an EP. I thought about an album, but I just thought I just want to have a bit more ideation behind an album. But with the EP, which will probably start being rolled out by end of year, just evolution, to be honest. I think Le Sheep Noir was just like the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. And this new EP is just, I think, gonna solidify for myself, if anything, just like what kind of sound I'm trying to push, what my voice is. I think artists have to make the decision sometimes of whether you want to push sound or push your voice. And I think I've just got to a point where I want to push my voice. It's
Whereas the last one was you pushing the sound.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
when you say push your voice, so to jump in, are you talking like lyrically, vocally? Are you talking more? Are you talking more so what you're trying to say? On
I think those for me they're in conjunction. Like lyrically, vocally, and also just the message behind what I'm trying to deliver. I guess I'd like to think I'm very spiritual, and I think the gift of music is to serve people. And I always have taken that approach with my music, whether it's to talk about something personal, whether to talk about something general, but just to make sure that it's consistently relatable, because that's the music I love, and that's the music I resonate with, and that's the music I just want to make. And I think I'm not sure. I don't think I'm tapped into like every single city in Australia that much to find the most relatable music, but I feel like it's missing. You know, it's not something that's really there, or someone can really identify. It's always things that people aren't doing. Like I do not have a gang. I do not push P. Like that's just not my vibe, you know. And that's not the majority's vibe.
Statistically, it's impossible for this many people to be pushing P.
Yeah, and it's cool to know about it. Like it's cool to have music about it, and I like some of the music about it. But I think for me as an individual, I think my experiences and all of that is very relatable to a lot of people that come here and have to re-identify themselves in a new country and go through new experiences that that inform who they are. And I think that's what my music now, if anything, represents. And my voice is now not a bit more, it's a lot more confident and also a lot more assertive in the message. So that's what that EP is about. And the sonics I'm pushing is, I have this saying in the studio where I'm always just saying to everybody like we work with, whether it's JAAL or whoever, I'm like, we're trying to push future sounds, future sounds. Because again, like I think Australia is in a very like unique place where it's like, we can do anything. Like we can actually do anything. Like the canvas is so blank. It's like, I don't think we realize it. Like we don't have to crutch ourselves with the influences. Like we can be influenced, but the canvas is so blank. Like we can really just paint whatever we want to paint.
That's true.
And yeah, so when I say future sounds, it's like, what is the thing that people just haven't heard? And don't be afraid to just go for it. So when I'm in the studio or whatever it is, like I feel like I've collaborated a lot with a lot of artists. So I feel like I know the different personalities in the room sometimes. And I come into studio sessions with the mentality of, what can I add to the algorithm? And it can be a verse, it can be a hook, it can be me writing for someone, it can be BVs, it can be backings, because all that informs my artistry. And the more I do that, and the more that I do that in my music, the more I think cohesively I become, or I am me, really. And that's all we as artists just want to achieve, really. How can we put out our best version of ourselves in front of the masses and hope, hope they fuck with it. Yeah. So that's again, I don't know if that answered the question.
No,
It does.
It does.
I will say the EP sounds fire at the current minute. If you stop fucking with the track list, you'll be finished faster.
He has issues. He has notes. Sorry guys. We'll take this to the studio, please.
we can get into this in the director's cut.
But
I've got one more question actually on your process in the lead up to this, and then I'll throw it to you. What do you feel like has been the most challenging aspect of putting this piece of work together? Obviously, you're more confident in yourself, you're more assertive, you know yourself better, so there's a bit of a flow there. But I would assume, or I kind of feel that every level up also comes with new levels of responsibility, whether that be in life, in the music itself. What have you kind of been having to contend with in the formation of, this is your third project now, right?
It is. It is. When you say it out loud, it sounds crazy. Doubling down, I think like sometimes we doubt. And like I said, I'm gonna roll this out at the end of the year and I'm still kind of doing it. I think for me, sometimes I'm like, I want it to come out yesterday because it relates to me yesterday. But when I dropped Les Sheep Noir last year, that music is probably the music I listen to the most right now because I feel like it's relatable to me right now. Then I get to ask myself, am I making just future music? Is that what's happening? But that's the beauty of music, man. I think for me to just be comfortable in the process is something I'm learning to do better at and not be in a rush. And when I say in a rush, does not mean that I am not urgent about the project. I'm still very much urgent about it, but I'm comfortable in being the process and whatever steps it has to take. Cool, it needs 10 variations. Cool, it needs 2 variations. Cool. Does it hit the soul the way that I want to? Do I have the spark that I felt when I made it? Cool. Did it lose it? Cool. Can I bring it back? Cool. And just being honest with myself. I think sometimes social media as a whole can influence influence your music. A lot of things that are in right now in terms of sounds can influence your music. So yeah, just being true to self and just recentering. I think that's the challenging but the most gratifying part of the process. I think. Yeah, for sure.
No, solid. So that I'm curious to know about what the recentering process is, but I do want to give time for you to answer that in the lead up to your next projects. As to, well, roughly when we can expect it, or well, that sounds very like outward pressure. But yeah, kind of what it's shaping up to be, what the process has been like in the shape of this one, especially with everything you learned from the last, and how's your process been in the lead up to into your upcoming project? Do we have titles for these, by the way? We don't have to say them now, but
do you?
Mine's is called For Myself.
Ah, true.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's the title.
I
Might
don't
change.
want to bait that out. Yeah, I don't know.
change.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. It might, sorry.
No, you can swing.
It definitely might change, but mine is at the moment. It's called Both Things Can Be True.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Some people hate it because they hate that statement.
But it's just a real state. People, I mean,
Anyway, yeah.
I feel like I love that. I love that statement personally.
Yeah, me too. And right now it's like maybe like 8 or 9 tracks. Like it might not end up being that, but I think like it's gonna be a thing that I'm not gonna like worry about the release date until I feel like it's a thing. Like I think the thing that contends with my finding peace in the process is being rushed by the expectations of its release a lot of the times. And you know, I've been seeing a lot of people who are talking about the ideal way to roll things out in this day and age. And the one thing they always say is to have your shit done
Ready,
before you move into the next phase. So I'm trying to do that, but that comes with still needing to be immediate.
Yeah.
So I need to edit less. I need to trust more. So that's what I'm trying to do, and definitely Voldy is helping with that. Like I think I am again prone to overthinking, prone to thinking, is this the message? Is the message right? He's one of the very few people if he's like, it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has a lot of songs like that, by the way, where like they just all finished, but he's just kind of like thinking about it, and I'm like, what is there to think about here, bro? Please mix it, please master it. Like I think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's that. Like I think it's like all the songs that are currently sitting there and are just like, I don't know, waiting for me to feel like it's the right time, or feeling like I'm not anxious enough in that moment to do it. That's what the EP will be. And then I'm gonna trust that the music is good and that it'll hit people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess though that kind of potentially answers the second question that I asked Voldy of like what the most challenging aspect has been, but it feels like you're releasing yourself. You're approaching it in a way where obviously there'll always be creative challenges, but perhaps it's not going to be as strenuous as it maybe is at times for past projects.
Yeah, I think maybe I stressed myself out on being conceptual in previous like projects and stuff. I think it's a concept enough to tell you where I am at my moment in my life.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with like any amount of twists and turns that people can relate to, even if you did like hyper stylize this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna trust that there's enough emotion and thought and like, I don't know, intention in the moment, because I feel like hopefully I've done it enough to make it like evident in the first or second or third recording of the thing. So that's the thing. It's just like, trusting myself a bit more.
Yeah. What you said about kind of where I'm at the moment makes me think about the moment we're in right now, in regards to obviously the socio-political climate of the world, the music media part of the work, oftentimes how Black art is kind of seen and valued in the space and everything like that. And I kind of have 2 questions off of that. The first being, and this is based on what you were saying, how do you guys recenter? Like, can you give a bit of an insight to what your practice of recentering looks like for you guys as individuals? My second question, and I can ask it again if we kind of get locked into this answer, is how do you guys respond to the way in which we kind of see arts, both as a whole, but particularly Black art being kind of undervalued and underrated in the public sphere? 2 very loaded questions, and they kind of seem detached, but they kind of, it ultimately come from a root of just like of the moment we're in and kind of how you guys sit in that.
I need that first question again, though.
The first question is, how do you recenter?
Like, you know what? I think I have specific hobbies that I just do, and if I'm not doing them, I don't feel like myself, I guess. You guys talk about being in the gym 24 hours, which is hilarious, but fitness is definitely a big part of it. I grew up playing sports, wanted to go professionally soccer, wanted to go to the Olympics at one point and all that kind of jazz. So sports has always been just kind of the thing that recenters me. And then God, like obviously I'm Christian, and prayer really centers me back to center. And I think it realigns me with what my values are and what exactly I am trying to say.
Yep.
The sounds I'm trying to push, and the feeling. Like I think, like for me, music is feeling. Like my music is feeling. I always just like I try to tell people, like when they ask me, oh, how do you describe your music? I'm just like it's all feeling. Like if you feel my stuff, like then I've done my job. And prayer helps me feel a lot. So I would pray a lot. I would gym a lot, and I would also just go for just walks, man, and just have time to myself. Like I think sometimes being a loner is underrated, but for me as an artist, I need time to ideate. I need time to just let ideas jump up and down and not really be a sole focus. Like, because with limited time, you feel like, oh, I just have to just do this thing. It's the first idea I do. Let me just get to it so I can, because it's all about being productive now. It's all about output. It's all about how much content you can put out and all that type of jazz. And it's like, well, are we taking the time to ideate what we're trying to actually put down? Like what color we're trying to pick to paint? Like, you know, and I need time to think about that before I just grab the paintbrush and just go. Because once I do, I'm ready to go. So
it's like the paintbrush belongs to you as opposed to you belonging to the canvas.
Absolutely. And just with like we talk about just the social climate, like it's so hard, it's so easy, to be influenced, like so easy. Like the internet is it's a wonderful place, but it's a scary place at the same time. The access it gives you, like you feel like you need to do XYZ because people are doing XYZ. It's like you're your own individual with your own brain, with your own ideas, and it doesn't go to anyone else but you, you know. And I really do believe that, especially being creation from the Father, I feel like He gives you personalized ideas, you know, and it's up to you to act on them when you can. If you don't, then, you know, I feel like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna give it to James, you know. And you're like, what, I thought of that last week. Yeah, someone just moved quicker, but you need time to really sit with stuff and ideate. And I think that for me, that's what really centers me. And fitness, prayer, all that just allows me to be alone and in my head and just kind of listen to my thoughts and then produce. So that's that. The second question, I'm gonna let you answer the first question, and then we'll get into the second question.
Is how do I recenter myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely fitness is something that I use as a pillar in my life for recentering, for sure. I grew up again in sports and stuff like that. I grew up sprinting and playing soccer and things like that. But I think my connection with sport got severed like after I started to develop more like pronounced like scoliosis and stuff. I just like I wasn't built like that anymore. But coming back to that and finding myself in like calisthenics and like and other stuff, it's like given me a confidence in just my ability to stand up straight, honestly. So maintaining that is great. Mindfulness and like just like again like I guess like just finding time for silence. Yeah, but mine is a little bit different. Like, have you heard of Wim Hof by any chance?
That's a breathing method, right?
Yeah. I started doing that. I'll do that at the top of every week, and like everything that I've been holding in for that week prior, it's like a Control-Alt-Delete for your brain. Like it's amazing.
I need to try that.
He's taking all the oxygen out the air, man.
Literally, I need it.
Yeah.
But that's been like really, really helpful to like understand where I store grief and where I store the external influences that get in.
Yeah.
So that's been good. And just like a little bit of reading here and there. Like I've just been like if I'm vexed about something that I see in the world, it's like why are we still doing this? I'll listen to ancient history podcasts, or I'll read something on the topic that I'm vexed about, and just knowledge is power, but knowledge is definitely clarity for me at this moment. It's like right now it's like everything we're going through, as unprecedented as it looks, it is not. You know what I mean?
I agree, big time.
And even though that doesn't absolve us of any moral responsibility of anything, I'm just saying, like, shit is human nature. Like we need to like strive to be better. But I think like for the people who are like really, really emotionally attuned to this stuff, and it like makes you lose sleep, like me, I think just like knowing that this is a long line of human behavior, it kind of like allows me to be easier on myself, I think.
Yeah. We can't get thrown off the horse when it's been the same horse the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Final question. I mean, what's your guys' response to, at the time of filming, we've kind of seen the way, both recently and just in general, the way in which blackness and particularly black art in a Western space is kind of often underappreciated, undervalued, discarded, despite the impact, despite the clear evidence, right? And
Appropriated.
Appropriated constantly,
Covered.
right? Hey man, your words, not mine. But I just kind of curious to know, like, as black people, as black artists, how does that sit with you?
Personally, I feel like, I think I'm generally always just hurt, like, that it is underappreciated. Like, I think, man, like, all the greats, like, when I think about all the greats, I'm like, I don't know how we could still be so underappreciated. Like, so I think hurt is definitely the emotion I feel towards it, because it has influenced like 80% of music, man. Like, and when we jump into genres that we don't feel invited in, rock or country, we go out there and we still outperform.
And our DNA is still in it regardless.
And it's like, when we're not appreciated as I think we should, it definitely it's baffling. But I guess it's just the world we live in right now. And I think it's, for us as black artists, and for me personally, I've learned to accept that that's the case, but not accept that that will be the reality of my life and of my perception. It's like, like I will always appreciate black art because it's gold. It's like gold. It's like it's something that's never going to depreciate. It's something that has always inspired or will inspire. Like, people will be sampling black music in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Like, it's just down to happen, So I'm just kind of like, all right, cool, underappreciated again, thumbs up, sick. As for me and how I approach my art in terms of it, it's like, if I'm gonna be underappreciated, thumbs up, so chill. I do know that my people and the people who resonate with my music are going to love it, and if they do love it, that's gonna be the thing that sustains me emotionally, mentally, in terms of just wanting to keep doing it more. So. But yeah, definitely hurt, man. It's crazy. Some of the statements I see is just wild. Some of the things obviously there's situations right now that we all know about, and it's just kind of like, I'm like, what? Like, these guys have pioneered so many, like, the guy specifically has pioneered so many R&B artists, and like, it's just crazy. It's crazy to me, it's crazy to me. But hey, in Australia, I think we're always gonna have that ignorance. And we'll be ignorant to not think that ignorance exists. Like, it definitely exists. So be aware. Like, I think for black artists, we have to be aware of it, and know how to navigate it, even in our responses and how we react to it as well, because that's going to determine how the next 10 years look like, or how the next 5 years, or even how the next year looks like. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Definitely hurt is a feeling that I resonate with, but it's more confusion for me as well. Like, again, like it's like, I think confusion that falls into hurt, because it's like, I don't understand why you can't rock with this. But it's also like,
even like, I don't understand why you needed to express that much, that like you had to go that far in expressing.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think like I'm constantly like trying to figure out like, you know, how to, you know, reach people, because that's what music is supposed to do, right? And you know, being in Australia, I know there is a cultural divide, but I don't understand that cultural divide, because I went to the same school as you, Maggie.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
we both had parents who were trying to stop us from getting drunk and making mistakes and all of this stuff, like, and you know, who wanted us to get into good school, stay out of trouble, this and that. Like, I think the stories that I'm telling in my music are something that you should relate to. So it's like, I'm confused as to why you cannot see it unless you need to take me out of it and put yourself or someone that looks like you in my shoes. That shouldn't be necessary.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So there's that. It's just I'm confused.
Yeah.
Ended right there. We're just confused. That's just the fact.
Beautifully said, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that last question is a whole episode in itself. But we do need to wrap up. I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer, but I do want to know, before we go, who are just some artists? I know we mentioned some of them, but who are some Australian artists that you're loving right now?
You can go first.
I got a long list, man. Shouts out to my girl Devora, like just holding it down. I feel like necessary, but everybody in that camp, like, you know, Ash Sways, Yao does it all, like just
Scary camp.
you know, like crazy stuff going on over there. I can't forget Chandler Jules doing some crazy stuff. Like obviously Shot Sully, MJ Soul, Zion Garcia. I'm gonna take the one thing I'm gonna take.
No, maybe I wasn't gonna say it.
Shouts to K on one. Like you reinvigorated me to his music. Like he's cold. Miko Mao, shout to Miko Mao. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Damn, I might go in the R&B space. I think. Shout out Boy Soda, of course.
Of course, shout out Boy Soda. Yeah.
Oh yeah, winner.
All right, winner. Price is up.
Price is up. I see you. Chanel Loren.
Yes.
Shout out to her.
100%.
I'm just a big fan of just her vibe and just like how she releases and expresses music. It's amazing. Georgia Roth, shout out Georgia.
Shout out Georgia Roth. Yeah. Obviously, shout out Molly Jose. Like he already knows.
He gets too much love, man. Shout out JAAL, man. Like,
shout out JAAL. Yeah.
You know, he's a veteran in the game. He's been in the game for a decade now, I think.
He still feels fresh.
Almost, but it's
100%. He's still
the hunger is like.
He stays fresh.
Like it's just there, and the music is just evolving at a rate that's so scary. So shout out JAAL.
Sully, SOLI.
Oh yeah, cool.
Sorry. I saw her last night. I was like, how could I forget?
Shout out Sully. Okay,
shout out Sully.
She'll be on here soon.
Yeah.
Soon as well.
But last but not least, I think VVS and OG left.
VVS, OG Wet, Lord MC.
You know, I grew up with BV, so it's cool to see another Congolese brother doing what he got to do. And yeah, he's just on a run right now. So shout out VVS, shout out OG Wet, Lord MC, like just that whole north side is just doing some cool stuff.
Nabio's been called as well, actually.
Who?
No, but I think OG West and Nabio.
Oh yes.
They just got a new one out.
They're about to drop a track, I think.
Yes, sir. They've been teasing that for a week. It's like, drop it, bro. Yeah. Nabio is going crazy. Just like anyone in that north side, west side right now, like it's really cool to see these subsidies pop up, like in Melbourne.
Oh shit! Shouts out Zafty, man.
Oh, love
Zafty and Driz. Yeah.
Performed at one of my events. He's
Young King.
Yeah, that's just to name a few.
Forgetting a lot, but
shout out us. Shit.
That's right.
Of course.
I'm always telling my dogs. No.
No. But shout out to you guys. Honestly, thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you guys here and doing it properly. You know, I think I really hold you guys in high regard, both artistically and as people and as advocates in this scene. You know?
Likewise.
To have you here is an honor. this is probably not gonna be the last time, because every time hasn't been the last time.
Yeah,
That's true.
Facts.
But the stage will just keep getting fancier. The couch will
Budget
get
will
comfier.
keep going.
There'll be a crowd right there
You know,
as we talk next
by
time.
bit.
Thank you for having us, man. Like obviously this is long overdue, but I always just feel like your genuineness towards the art is so appreciated.
100%.
Thank you.
The way you look at things, your curiosity, your genuine interest, like it means a lot.
No, I appreciate it. I'm blessed to be here. Very, very blessed to be here. With that being said, I think that's a wrap.